is definitely lead showing up in that bowl.
Have you ever wondered if your bowls, your plates, and even your mugs could potentially have lead in them? Especially if any of them are vintage, thrifted, made before the 1970s, or even not made in the US. I recently did a couple of videos on toxic kitchen items that we all should declutter. And I asked if you'd be interested in seeing a lead test on some of the dishes in my kitchen. So many of you guys said that you'd be interested. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna go through my whole kitchen. I'm gonna test everything for lead. I have a lead test kit that I'll show you. And if we do find lead, I'm gonna be very worried. There are no safe levels of lead exposure. And even a small amount of lead can be really dangerous. And the scary thing about lead is once you start showing symptoms of lead poisoning, you're pretty progressed at that point. And lead affects everything. I mean, primarily your brain, but also your organs, your bones, your teeth. It's especially bad for children. So I have two tests. I've got them from Amazon and I can link them below, but you can also just pick a test like this up at your local hardware store. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the first test for my dishes, and then if I do find any that have lead, I'm gonna go do a second pass with the second test that I have. So I'm gonna be testing everything.
So the way this works is you've got these little swabs. It's kind of what they look like, and you're just gonna put it, super simple, in some water, swish it around, tap it off. Now this is ready to test. Okay, so I'm gonna test this one, and what you're supposed to do is you just take the swab and you just kind of swab it everywhere, just all around. This is a plate from Spain. It's turning a little dirty, but I don't think there's the presence of lead in that plate. It's like on the lighter side, so we're good with that plate. I've got 60 of these. This is from the Coca-Cola factory. I would imagine this one would be safe. So I'm just gonna kind of rub this everywhere. I don't see the presence of lead anywhere. This is a dish from Bulgaria. I would be very surprised if this has lead in it, but we can swab this. Okay, that one is safe. I'm very interested to know about this. This is, okay, so this says made in China on the bottom, but I know exactly where this is from. I bought this at IKEA, but I probably bought it in 2000 or maybe even 1999. So let's swab away here. I'm just gonna swab on the inside. It's still the no lead detected color. So I think we're okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the Fiesta ware. This is the one that I'm a little worried about. Especially, dishes are required to say no lead on the bottom of them. And what's interesting is this bowl does not say no lead. It just says Fiesta. But then I have this Fiesta and it says lead free, as you can see on the bottom. So let me test this bowl for 30 seconds because I don't actually know how old this bowl is. I do find it weird that it doesn't say lead free. And you know, I'm also gonna swab on the outside just a little bit. So I'm a little concerned. Let me show you this. Can you see on the tip that it's a little pink? This is definitely a little pink on the tip, so that kind of concerns me. See that? So I'm gonna put this as an iffy maybe. This one should be safe because this says lead free on the bottom. This one here is from the bowl and this is from the plate. Do you see that? There is definitely lead showing up in that bowl. The plate is a little interesting though because look at this. Do you see that tiny bit of red? If you're wondering why I'm testing only red, it's because I did see an article and have read that the red and yellow coloring is really what they needed to use lead paint for, and that's why you will often find lead in red and yellow colored dishes. I think I'm also gonna swab this orange one. Pink to you. I think it's not quite on the end here, so I think it's okay because it's like maybe there. Well, now I'm gonna move on to Mikasa. Mikasa Discovery, these are made in Japan. Oven to table to dishwasher, interesting. So let's check this because these are pretty old. I don't think these are from the before the mid-70s, but probably maybe the 80s, maybe the 90s. So I think this one's okay. I know it's got this little brown, but it's not at all turning to like this darker maroony kind of color. So I'm gonna do this again, dip it in the water. The water is kind of changing color. And then I think I'll test this. This is not a raised paint, but I'm still gonna go over it. But if it's not raised, that's generally a good indication that it's okay. It's not quite super dark. No pink or reddish color. So that one is good. Let's check this one. This is the Corningware. This is Corningware, and I don't know when this was made. This was actually my grandmother's. I am pretty sure that this would have come pre-70s, but I'm not positive. The inside is a little bit kind of degraded. Well, not degraded. I don't know. It just looks like maybe something was cooked in here and it maybe burned a little bit. I'm also gonna do this. This is a little raised, this paint. Oh, okay. So the inside didn't appear to have lead, but look at that. It's like all of this is lead paint. Yikes. I didn't see it lighting up red on the inside though, so this, but this outside 100%, if you can see that. Yeah, that is like unmistakable. This has lead in the picture. It did not look like it had lead on the inside. Okay, this one looks like I got it at Marshall's. The paint feels a little raised. Oh, wow. Lead. So what does this say? This says made in Italy. So this paint, I can like feel that it's painted. It is certainly coming up is pink. Can see that. Fortunately, I've never eaten off of this, but nor will I eat off of that. Okay, I got these thrifted. This is Fallsgraph. Let's check this out. Ooh, I'm a little worried because I can feel that this is a raised painted surface. Okay, this might be okay. I do not see any pink, so we're good. All the mugs I tested came up lead-free. I really want to test this Chimay glass because I can feel the paint and then there's this like top. And the only reason I'm worried, I'm gonna be really mad if there's lead in this because my husband drinks out of this, coming off a little bit. I don't like the color that this is turning. If you have any glasses that have paint like this, do you guys see this? There is definitely the presence of lead in this Chimay glass. This is gonna be retested, but that is turning pink. I'm gonna test this Stella glass as well. So this Stella glass is not as old as the other one. This is looking a little bit pink to me as well. So this one's not as bad, but it's veering towards the lead, like very close to the presence of lead. I will say too, make sure you use water that does not have lead in it because some people were getting positive results from all of their dishes and they realized that they were using maybe tap water that has lead in it and when they usually use filtered water, for example. So just make sure you use fresh tap water. So we're gonna retest the Fiesta ware. We know that the Corningware has lead in it for sure, not on the inside, only on the picture part of it. And just keep in mind, this is pretty old. I'm not sure what year it is, but I know it's old. And then the mugs were all safe. I almost forgot about this dish. I also just tested it. I was putting everything away and realized I forgot about it. I think that my mother-in-law got this at like the dollar store, but a long time ago, and it says Made in China Imperial Home on the bottom. It looks to be a teensy bit pink. Do you see that? We usually keep bananas in here, but I think yeah, it's turning pink. Oh gosh. It just goes to show, if you've got brands or dishes from places that you're just not sure of, or countries that aren't the US or aren't Europe in a lot of cases, just gotta be careful. It's like barely pink and it's just in one little area, but that's enough for me. So I retested my Fiesta ware, and with the second lead testing kit, they actually came up negative for lead. So I think they're safe and I'm gonna keep on using them. Then I retested the Corning ware, and that actually still came up positive for lead with this second test. Then I retested this glass and I went over all of that paint, and guess what? No lead was detected. That was really eye-opening. I'm very happy to know about my Fiesta ware, especially the ones that don't say lead-free. Lead can leach more readily from ceramics that are not intact, and so that could be another concern that you may want to think about. Otherwise, you can test your dishes. It takes 30 seconds a dish. It's super simple. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep on watching and learn more about things that we've got going on in our kitchen, I'm going to link a playlist right here. So click on it and I will see you over there. Bye-bye.